Hey, welcome back to part 2 of our Internet Troubleshooting series. I'm Shay Rogers, Chief Technology Officer at the City of Corinth. If you watched our first video, we discussed potential problems for your slow internet speeds and how to pinpoint the specific causes. In this episode, I'll share how to troubleshoot some of your at-home devices and see if that solves your problem. So here we've established that you're paying for a speed much higher than what you're actually getting. How do we troubleshoot that? First, let's start with your modem or router. Restart the device. Quick power off and power on can fix several issues. Unplug the device and plug it back in. Give it some time to reboot, then check your internet speeds with another speed test. If that doesn't work, check the cables attached to these devices. Look closely at your Ethernet cable. You should see the words printed on the side of the cable, CAT, short for category, and there should be a number that follows it. It should say something like CAT 5E, 6, or 6A. Different specifications of cables are only rated for certain speeds. CAT 5E cable is only rated for 100 megabits per second, which might bottleneck your speeds if you're subscribing to something higher than 100 megabits per second. If so, then upgrading to a CAT 6 or 6A cable can help. Also, make sure the cable's in good shape, no crimps, physical wear, and the jacket's firmly in place in the plug. Take a good look at your cable connection to see the plug is firmly plugged into the device. Sometimes the little clip on the top doesn't quite click in, meaning it can be easily pulled out. You might also consider replacing the cable if it's Cat 5 or if it looks worn. Hey, when shopping for cables, you don't have to buy an expensive $50 cable. More expensive is not always better. If you're paying more than $10 for a 10-foot cable, you're probably overpaying. For wired devices like your desktop computer, check to see if the device is gigabit capable if you're subscribing to speeds more than 100 megabits per second. Most newer devices are gigabit capable, but if you have an old switch or Ethernet port, that might be your bottleneck. For both wired and wireless devices, make sure the device is running smoothly. Check for malware, update your browser, and reduce the number of add-ons. We'll discuss this more in detail in a later episode. For wireless devices, make sure the Wi-Fi is turned on and connect it to your wireless router. Like we mentioned in episode 1, Wi-Fi signals can only penetrate so far in your house. Check the signal strength. Move the device closer to the wireless router or wireless access point if you have one. If speeds increase, you might have poor signal penetration. To compensate for this, move your wireless router to a more central location in your home. You may also want to invest in a wireless extender to broaden the range of your router. It's also important to note that wireless signals generally are a shared bandwidth, so the more wireless devices are on a single access point, the slower it'll usually be. Bandwidth hogs in your home could be a streaming device like a smart TV, streaming 4K content. There could be a couple of devices battling for bandwidth. There could be dozens of smaller Wi-Fi devices. Internet of Things devices generally are low bandwidth, but some such as doorbell cameras or wireless security cameras can use a lot. Possible, switch to a wired connection for these devices. That's it for this episode. Next time we'll talk about how to troubleshoot individual devices, specifically desktops and laptops, in the case that they're the culprit for your slow internet speeds. Thanks again for watching.